Mm.
Hello, everybody. It is I, your Pokemon porker of a host, Captain Neckbeard. Hello. Will Mr. Shitake please say hello?
I have upgraded.
How so? How have you upgraded?
I have reached a higher plane of this
Uh,
understanding.
how's it up there? How's the higher plane of existence?
It's
Always
not
seemed a
fun.
bit pretentious for me. Not gonna lie. Always seemed
It's
like
not fun.
kind of a dick. Oh, so it's not fun. Ascension is not all it's cracked up to be, eh?
Yeah, basically.
Who could have known becoming an nth dimensional being? So fucking boring. Anyway,
Yeah,
I love when I say
interdimensional
shit and
beings.
then you just hold on.
What? I just laugh at
I love when no, I was gonna say I love when I say shit and you just go into complete silence,
it. It scares you. It's the
completely
same thing when we were playing the
incapable.
Mimic. It was the Mimic when I was looking at my
It does.
phone
It
or
bugs the
anything,
shit out of
and
me.
I stood still. He's like, Shitake, is that you, buddy? Is that you?
I think it's because you're not physically next to me. As long as you're
Oh, yeah,
physically
like we
next to
usually
me,
are.
I'm
Yeah,
like yeah.
it's
As long as you're
fine.
next to me, yeah, because then I know you're there. But when you go
Yeah.
completely silent, there's a strong possibility you could have just walked away, and I'll have no idea.
Or that I got switched by somebody else.
Yeah, it's that weird little thing of like I know it's an irrational, not even a fear. It's just an irrational thing I do, but yet I can't stop doing it. Like, oh, he's gone silent for more than 2 seconds. Have I said something to offended him? Is he
You
reconsidering
know
our
nothing
very
offends me.
friendship? I know.
You piss off my
No one
mom, but
stays friends with me
not
this
me.
long and gets offended by anything.
Why's the
Everyone
door open,
deals with me
Bubble?
for 3 years straight.
Why's the door open?
Yeah. What's the what? What's the dog doing?
No, no, my pops left the door open for some reason.
Oh. So I'm gonna start with a couple of weird topics, and then we're gonna go into the big thing. All right. I'm gonna try and breeze through some quick weird topics and then go on. All right. First thing. First things first. I have found
Mm-hmm.
a character that has exactly uh, zero Rule 34. It is a
Who's
famous character. It is a sexy character, and she has zero fan art. Her name is Sasha Lynx, and this is what she looks like.
oh, okay.
She's. You see her in photo ideas?
Yeah, give me a second. Oh
Okay.
God, I saw
I
that.
don't
Never
want to.
mind.
Yeah, Sasha Lynx. She has zero Rule 34 of herself. But she has such lovely legs, and such a beautiful stare, and yet nothing. Zero respect for this fine working woman in today's society. Only just a
Dude,
neat
you know
thing
what's
because I saw
crazy?
that and I was like,
That
"There's 100%." Yeah.
go ahead. Um,
No, continue. I'm just talking bullshit.
but two teachers were fired from their school because they started OnlyFans accounts.
All right.
Um, but the issue I find with that is why did they need to start it in the first place? It means they're not getting
Because they're
paid enough to do
worse.
their job.
Eh.
No, it was out of necessity. Their school district only pays them like only 30,000 a year.
Look,
That's
I'm
that's
just saying.
not livable.
I'm just gonna say, if you have to, I'm gonna say this. If you, how do I want to word this? I'm gonna say it, but how do I want to word this? If you have to resort to prostitution and stripping as your only form of extra income, it means you have no extra skills. you are a completely useless human being other than looking conventionally attractive.
I mean, with a teacher, you don't really have extra time. You really don't have
What
that
do you
much
mean you
extra
don't have
time.
extra time? You have the entire fucking summer. That's
I don't
three
think that's
whole
enough to
ass
make enough.
months.
I don't think that's enough to equate your fucking salary.
That's some wild ass. That's some wild fucking vacation time. And if you don't want it, then work summer school.
It still doesn't pay well. That pays worse than fucking regular teachers.
You don't have to do that much. I'm just saying, for 30,000 a year and 4 months off a year, I wouldn't complain. If I didn't despise children, I think I'd like to be a acting teacher of some kind. What do you think? If you had to go teach a subject, I'm pretty sure you're gonna say history, aren't you? Because I'm pretty sure I've asked
No
this before.
science.
Okay.
I
Isn't that interesting? Well,
thought
I guess I'll
about
go
being a
fuck
history
myself.
teacher, but I was like, nah, science. Science. I'm gonna be
Okay.
the chemistry teacher that goes, "Where's your dream, motherfucker?" And then just like blows a fireball at the class.
Hello everybody. Today we will be making meth.
Okay, I don't think I'd do
Sure.
that. I think that's like I'd
From
get tired.
hit
Like,
show Breaking Bad. It's for the bake sale. It's from hit show Breaking Bad.
Jesse,
Jesse, we need to bake for the sale.
there's just one kid in my fucking class named Jesse. Jesse, come on, we have to cook.
Yes. Oh, if there was any person named Jesse in my class, I would 100. Jesse. Jesse, where's the homework, Jesse? Jesse, can you please
I would
collect
do this
everyone's
week, Jesse.
papers, Jesse? Yeah, exactly. That kid will fucking hate
Yeah,
me
he'd
or
be
love
my
me. There's
assistant.
no in
Yeah,
between.
yeah.
I
He's
think
gonna
if
be
I
my
did ever
partner in
become a
crime.
teacher, if I ever did become a teacher, I would 100% give menial tasks to students for extra credit. Like, hey, I don't feel like
Yeah,
writing shit on the board. I'm gonna talk, write this down, and I'll give you like 5 points extra credit. Who cares?
yeah. That actually would be
I
pretty
would, I
cool.
would definitely be. Yeah. Okay, now, so here's the thing. You know how baby teeth work, right?
Yeah,
How they're in your skull, and then you always have two sets of teeth in your skull until they fall out.
yeah.
And okay, imagine if you would, if every single limb was also like a baby version. Like when you hit 10 years old, you lose your baby arms, right? And you get your adult arms. And they come out and they're like super fucking hairy. So you just have like an 8-year-old who had like puberty early, who has this like one really fucking big arm. What do you think? How do you feel about these sentences?
It, it's unusual because our biology doesn't allow for it.
Are you trying to eat? Are you eating the fucking cheese sticks right now? Be honest.
Yes, yes, I am.
Yeah. I love how this
I'm
like how
trying
that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I am. That's funny. Yeah. I don't know. I think having baby limbs is a good idea. Like
I don't know.
imagine having to get your appendix removed twice because you have your adult and baby appendix. But think about it. If that could happen, then you would never have to worry about childhood cancer. Like, oh shit, your son has fucking, arm cancer, right? He's got cancer on his arm.
Yeah,
Just yank off his fucking arm.
I don't know. I would think
I think.
it would be kind of cool if like the body recycled it. You know,
Like
like
absorbed the arm back in.
like or like shed the bone, like it made the bone disintegrate, but like into a fine powder back into like the bloodstream, and it just like recycled through your body and like became like it caused your bones to like fucking double in strength.
I suppose. I mean, you could also just eat the limb, right? I suppose it wouldn't be cannibalism if you eat your own limb.
True. Someone's done that.
Who?
biker.
Whomst,
He
whomst has done it.
he lost his foot in an accident and signed a release form to get it, and he made fajitas out of it.
I wouldn't want to eat the foot fajita. I'm not gonna lie. I think out of all the human meat, foot is not the one that I'm most interested in consuming. I think if anything, I think I would want like a big thigh, right? Like a person's thigh, like a big, like those medieval times drumsticks, you know, or like one of those cartoon hams. You know what I'm talking about, or do I just sound insane?
I think I know what you're talking about. You're not insane. You speaking truth, but the truth may take like a little bit to get to.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just weird. All right. Anyway, on to the next topic. Since we're so talkative now, since you're really
I'm sorry.
loving that
I'm still
discussion.
eating my six and I'm talking to my girlfriend at the same. I'm holding like.
Okay, fuck off. Tell your girlfriend to fuck off.
No,
You can
she's
deal with her
asking me
later.
questions.
What do you mean asking questions? You can tell her where babies come from later.
We making babies. What you
Making
mean by that?
pancakes. Making bacon pancakes.
Dude, I
Take
love
some
that song
bacon and I'll
forever.
put it in a pancake.
Making pancakes.
Bacon pancakes. That's what I'm gonna make. Bacon pancake. You know what I've started watching? I've started watching people who make cookbooks or make food from cookbooks. Of like it's really fun, I gotta say. Seeing like old cookbook recipes come to, I like it. You know, that's just me though. I'm a bit quirky, some would say. All right, you enjoy talking to your girlfriend, your sticks. I'm going on to the
No,
next subject then. No,
no, I'm still
I'm
talking
going
to
on
you.
to the next. I'm going on to the next subject then. Would you make a deal with the devil where every day you only shit once a day, but you shit out something of at least $1,000 in value?
Are you in pain the whole time?
It's still it's something that is capable of physically fitting or capable of exiting without killing you. It's not like you're gonna say yes and then you're gonna get like a fucking like a
Flat screen
motorcycle.
TV.
Right. Exactly. That's not gonna happen. So what would you take the deal is the question.
mm, I don't know. It seems like kind of fucky because there could be like a loophole with that shit. No.
It's something that can feasibly, hypothetically pull out of your ass. So up to 8 inches in any direction. So up to
Mm-hmm.
an 8-inch orb would be
Thanks to
possible.
orb.
Yeah, so like a small bowling ball,
So like a
which
diamond
is not
ball comes out of your
right.
ass.
So it wouldn't be anything pleasant, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever it has a value of at least $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be like a Rolex watch or something, right?
That actually be dope. Well, that's more than $1,000.
It's not. It
Rolexes
is
are like,
exactly whatever it is worth exactly $1,000. So maybe it's like slightly busted or something. I don't know. So are you taking the magic deal?
um, you know, what? Fuck it. I'll take it. I'll take it for the sake
You're
of
gonna take the deal.
spontaneousness. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know. These are. Oh, by the way, these are all questions that I had or thoughts that I had while working at my Hollow Scream job. That's the whole gimmick of this episode. Is I was going to talk about Hollow Scream. I'll talk about that
Mhm.
later. But these are all ideas
Oh, dude, we
from
should.
then.
Yeah, you have to still talk about it.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm going to. So, I'm also have an idea for an episode where we do it's just us talking in like medieval speak the whole time, which I think would be funny.
It's like Macbeth.
Just yeah, it would just be like,
Okay.
ah, hear ye, how goes it, fine
You.
friend? Yeah, exactly, just stupid shit like that. I think that would be a good episode. Uh, what's another? Oh, if you could give yourself one cybernetic enhancement, what would it be?
Hmm. Stand up a stand.
What did you say?
You don't know what the St. Davidson is?
No, what's that?
It's basically it slows down time, but it also kills your brain cells at an equal rate.
Why would you want that?
It. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
Is it that thing from Blade Runner?
Eh, It's from Cyberpunk.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm at Edge Runner. Am I thinking the right thing? Where he comes all like techno-colored and weird shit.
Yeah, basically. Um, Either that or Gorilla Fist.
Gorilla Fist, you say? Okay, I
It's
like
basically.
it. I like
I'll
it.
show
I'm
you. I'll show
listening.
you.
Okay, you do that, kiddo.
What was the cybernetic enhancements you'll get? Gorilla arms. I fucked up.
For
They
me,
were named Gorilla
for
arms.
me, what little achievements do I desire? Oh, that's simple. I want. Okay, I want gills. I want to be able to breathe underwater, or more accurately, I want to be able to see and breathe underwater. You know what I mean? So I want
Mm-hmm.
to be able to like replace my eyes and respiratory system so I can like kind of vibe underwater. But I think that and then like chilling at like Wiki Watchy or something would be great. But that's just me. But hey, that's just a theory.
Have you heard
Did you
about the
see
FNAF movie?
he's in the,
Yeah,
yeah, I
he
was gonna say
is.
he's in the
Yeah,
FNAF
I
movie.
saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that out day one because he decided to post a film or a video saying, I guess the secret's out. I'm in the FNAF movie. And I went, well, there's no mistaking what that means.
Have you seen the clip of it
So,
though, or no?
yeah, I've seen it. They're at like a diner or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I watched
Dude,
him
it's
do a
so
meme
fucking.
review.
Dude, it was so fucking good.
That's good. I can't wait to see it. Anyway, yeah, so that was nice. All right, anything else I want to bring up beforehand? I already brought up that. I don't care about that right now.
Did you see him? What I do?
Hmm. No, I'm just thinking. Oh, we should try doing a sync up test. All right, let's do that right now.
You did.
You know what a sync up
Okay.
test is?
Isn't that where you clap?
No, no. That's a sync test. That's for uh for a camera and stuff. It's so that you can mix the audio and the visuals. But no, a sync up test is we're gonna both say any word at all. And then we're gonna say it at the same time. We're gonna say two different words. And then we're gonna say whatever we think those two words have in common is without saying it aloud until I say the timer again. And then we're gonna keep doing that until we get the same thing. So like say
So,
I say dog and you say wood. And then we say what do they have in common? And I say that they're both brown. They can both be brown. And then you
hmm
say the word bark. Now the words are brown and bark. Well, what do brown and bark have together? Well, we say it at the same time, one, two, three, but we both say the word tree. And then we're boom, we did it. Okay?
Okay.
I like it. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Sorry, my mic's not
Are
picking
you
it up.
did you hear the explanation?
Yeah, we choose. uh, Can you repeat it again? I'm sorry.
Damn it. It's fine. It's we're gonna say any random word, and then we're
Okay.
gonna find out independently without saying it aloud we're going to say a 1, 2, 3, and then go again, and then we're going to say what connected those past two items. So if I said the word bark, or if I said the word tree or wood, and then you said the word dog, and then I said what do they have in common, and then I could say that they're brown, and you could say the word bark, right? And then what is brown and has bark, and then we both say it at the same time. We say tree, and then we connect. But you can't say the same thing more than once. Understand what I'm saying?
You can't say it more than
Okay,
once. Okay.
ready?
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Magnets.
Back.
What did you say?
Back.
What?
I just said back.
Oh, well,
Like,
the way you're saying it, it doesn't. You're saying it so fast. Your mic is so shitty. It's not picking it up. It's catching one frame of the word and it's just going, but,
one frame.
uh. That's it. It's all it does. It just goes, uh.
Okay.
Okay. So magnets and the word back. What do they have in common? Okay, ready?
They can be placed on the. Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry.
No, what do you?
I'm
Okay, let's
sorry.
do
I'm
this
sorry.
again.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna do this again. It's fine. Say a random thing, anything in the world. Ready? 1,
Okay.
2, 3. Apple.
Gorilla.
Okay. Gorilla and apples. What do they have in common? 1, 2, 3. Alive.
Yeah.
Did you just say the word eaten?
Yes. Yes.
You're eating gorillas, correct? Is what
They
that
give me
sentence means?
strength.
So eating is the
Yes.
thing. So I said alive and you said eating.
Eaten.
All right. Now
Well,
what is
yeah.
eating? What is eating and being alive have in common? All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Surviving.
Survival. Yeah. I would think.
Okay, there we go. Hey, there we go. Close enough. Oh, sure. That was fantastic. Glad that happened. Okay, so great. I literally I've been writing this down for the past 2.5 months. So here's what 2.5 months worth of working at Busch Gardens has gotten me. So let's start from the very beginning. All right, are you ready for story time, kiddo?
Yeah.
My mic. Okay, do I sound good?
Yeah. You sound good.
Okay. I work at Chevron. I
Oh, now you just went to shit. What the fuck happened?
How about now?
You're good now. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, since I had moved down, I had been working at Chili's, right? Well,
Hmm.
one day
I
I was
remember that.
feeling really shitty from something. I don't know. I just felt like shit. And I always have this how I work with illnesses or any sudden feelings of poorness is I sleep it off, and if I wake up and I still feel like shit, something's wrong. If I wake up and I'm fine, then everything's fine. So I went to bed because I felt like shit, so I didn't go to school in the morning, so I went to bed. I had work that night, so I had an alarm set to wake me back up. I woke up and was still kind of feeling like shit and was talking with my mom, and I was like, I don't know, I think I might call out, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh, by the way, they have tryouts going on at Busch Gardens for this Hallow Scream. And I was like, oh, shit, that sounds crazy. But they're probably already done, right? And she's like, nope, there's some going on today. And I went, oh, okay. Called out of work, and I went, all right, I'm driving to Tampa now. And so I drove immediately to Tampa. And while I'm driving, I love my mother. She's a wonderful woman. But I asked my mother if she could basically fill out the paperwork while I had to drive for 2 hours. Which I feel like is, keep in mind, I worked through September and October. It is a 2 hour drive one way. Just keep that in mind the whole time. So I went down there, right? I called out for work. I was like, hey, I feel like shit. I'm not coming in. Called out work. Drove in the pouring rain to get to Busch Gardens. I got there an hour early. and I sat in the parking lot, and I went and walked in, and I sat down, and it was this little like group of people, all theater kids, all sitting there hanging out. I filled out the paperwork, I sat down, and then they grabbed us 10 at a time, which was really nervous. Like made me really nervous
Nerve-wracking.
because I wasn't part of the original 10. So I just watched a
Oh
group of
shit.
us leave and walk away, and we sat there for like another 20 minutes, and then they called us up. And they walked us into a back room, and they said, "All right, stand here and stretch for a bit. We'll pull you in a second." We're like, "Cool." So we're sitting there talking amongst each other, and there was this one fucking kid who just kept doing back bends and was like, "Look how flexible I am." It was
I
super
think
creepy,
I
and I
remember you
hated him.
like commented
Not,
about him once and then like never brought him up again one time before this.
yeah, yeah, I really didn't like the guy. He was super creepy. Not in like a haha, this is scary way, like, oh, he's so creepy, look at his movements, but in a like a I feel like I was gonna get molested. And it was really like a really weird dude. He apparently did get the job though, but not in my area. I
Oh,
just saw that
yeah.
he was at orientation. So anyway, we go, we do our stretches or whatever, and then they pull us into this big warehouse, and they have a like a wall. It's a fake scare zone, and then they have like a little runway, and then like a park entrance type thing. And they're like, okay, we're gonna split you off into two groups, 5 and 5, and the first 5 will go behind the stage, and they'll basically treat it as if you're in a house, in a haunted house. And the other 5 will come out, and they'll walk in a circle over and over again to get scared. And so we did that, and then we'd switch spots. And I was sitting behind a curtain because they put you in a random one. I got a curtain, and so it had like a little piece of Velcro on it. So I would punch the Velcro so it made a large cracking noise, and then I'd pull it apart, and I would scream at them, and I'd be like, "Your bones will make a nice table," and then they'd be like, "I'm gonna use your entrails as a scarf." All that shit. It was
Hmm.
fun. And so we did that, and then we sat back down. And as we were sitting back down, my phone alarm went off because I still had my phone alarm set from when I was supposed to go work at Chili's. And so my phone alarm is "Who Can It Be Now?" and it's the sax solo. So it's just
Oh
"Who
no
can
way,
it
that's
be
so.
now?" And it was super fucking loud and started echoing. Also, hold on, let me get a drink real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So anyway, it was super loud, it echoed everywhere, and I like scrambled over and fixed it, and that was funny. And then they had us go 5 and 5 again. 5 would stay in our seats, and then 5 would get up, and then we'd have us walk down the catwalk, and they would just say, "Just start walking back and forth." And as you started walking, they would call out a random thing, and there would be like, what was one of the ones that went "Where donkey?" They said "Where donkey," and you were supposed to
Oh yeah, yeah,
pretend to
yeah. I
be like
remember
a
that. I remember that.
right. And then you would just start pretending like you were, instead of a werewolf, you were a were donkey, and you would go and like start kicking and shit, and I'd start doing that, and then I say stop, and then you just continue walking normally, and you'll walk around, and they'll go zombie ballerina, and I'll do like a shitty puree with a limp, and I'll whatever, and they would do that back and forth, and they would do that the whole time, and they would have us sit back down, and then there was me and like a bunch of other people, but there was another big dude who wasn't as tall as me, but like as fat as I am, and with a shitty beard. There was a judge table across from the main thing, so they could watch us, and they called both of us down, and they talked to the other guy, and they went, "So, how do you feel about prosthetic work?" And he's like, "Oh, I've tried it before. It's fine. I've worked here, and it's whatever." And then they turned to look at me, and before they said anything, it's like I was like, "I've done plenty of prosthetic work. I'm completely fine with all of it. I have no issues whatsoever with such things." And they're like, "Good, good. How do you feel about a chainsaw?" And I went, "Love that too." And they went, "Good, good." And then they let us go, and we left. Well, I get the job, obviously. They have us sit in like a room, and then we wait for a little bit longer, and I get the job. And here's the thing: this is gonna sound like I'm lying, but it's not. It's just a really big ego boost for me. They judged us on 3 things, which was scare timing, performance, and energy. And they scaled it on a scale of 1 to 5. Would you like to guess what I got?
5 out of 5.
I got 5 out of 5 on everything. It was a perfect score. I was so proud.
I do want to know. Did you scare anyone? Like actually, like they were terrified
Oh,
they
I
almost shit
genuinely
them.
scared the shit out of them. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because I would always wait until they walked a little bit past me so that they thought I'd
Your
forget about them.
eyesight, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
yeah.
nice.
And then I would fucking lunge at them. I'm gonna go into like all my techniques and shit and all the like the techniques I used while working.
Are you gonna go back
But
next year
that
and work again or no?
maybe I don't know. It was a good thing I did. It was a very bucket list item, right? Like this
Mm-hmm.
and working at a Rents fair are like my big bucket list items of
Working at a
jobs I
rent
want to
fair
work.
honestly would be fun.
I would love to work at a Rents fair. I just don't have the clothes for it, man. Like I'm not
Yeah, that would be
like some of these
expensive.
people like spend years and thousands of dollars on like intricate. I just can't compete. Anyway, not important. But one of my dream jobs at some point.
Mm-hmm.
What was I talking about? What was I gonna say? Oh, right.
The
Well, I don't know
uh,
if I would be willing to do it next year because it's such a pain in the ass. Not only is it extremely physically taxing, it's also very time consuming because however
I would be
long I
in.
have to work, you have to add 4 hours onto that for travel.
Yeah, true.
So it's taking out like 10 to 11 hours of my day. And so there's
Yeah.
nothing else I can do. Like I got lucky and I only had to work on days that I didn't have school. But like this week I had to miss Monday and Tuesday because I was working. And then on Wednesday I forgot to turn back on my alarm, so I slept through it all. That was fucked up, you know?
Also, you slept through school.
Yeah, well, I forgot to turn back on my alarm because I turned it off because it was for Monday and Tuesday. I had to work, so I wanted to be able to sleep, so I turned off the alarms. Well, they're
Yeah.
connected to the Monday. The Monday, I have a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Tuesday and a Thursday alarm. So
Yeah,
that they're
it's like
connected.
a duel. Yeah, it's all dual.
Right,
So
exactly. So when I turned them both off, it was off for the week, and I mean I fixed it today. I went to school and everything, but it was incredibly annoying.
yeah, no.
It's just very taxing. I spent a lot of money on junk food because I can't really buy any good food because it would go bad since I only spent 3 days a week here.
Yeah.
Because I would
No.
work from Thursday night. I would wake up on Monday. I'd go to school. Tuesday I'd go to school. Wednesday and Thursday I'd go to school. Thursday after school I would come back and then leave at, like an hour later to go to work. And then I would get home at like 3 in the morning. And so rinse, recycle, repeat that shit through the weekend. And that was how that played out. So it's not that I didn't enjoy it. It was fun. It was an experience. But not only did I get paid really shittily, yeah, I got paid $3 less than I was making being a cook at Chili's. But that's not why I did it. I did it because it was fun. I did it because I wanted to. You know? So it's less of a job and more of like a this is something fun that I like to do that I just happen to get paid for. Right? So anyway, that all goes by. I come back and forth to Tampa every so often to get I had to get my parking pass. I had to get all my shit. I had to go for costume fitting twice. I had to go for chainsaw training, which
Yeah, I forgot you have to
so
get a chainsaw. Yeah.
yeah, I was a chainsaw guy. So we were given chainsaw training, right? We were originally gonna be a chainsaw horde, which is basically we have the chainsaws and then we walk around an area, right? And it's like in this entire area, you can just walk around and do whatever you want. You just have chainsaws, and it's great. Well, there were so few people who applied to do Hollow Scream this year that they had to completely get rid of it. They had to
Oh
completely
shit.
remove several different like there was no hordes. I think there was one traveling horde, and it was ice cream themed, and then everything else got wiped. Well,
Yeah.
all the people who were chainsaws, because there was only like 12 of us at the time, all of us got split into either Raven's Mill, which is where I went, or the Stranglewood Estate, which one person went to. And then, because so many people weren't there. 2 other people got pulled out of being chainsaws into being other positions. So we had like 9 chainsaws when we very first started. At the end in October. So we had 9 to start with. At the end of October, there were 5 of us. So 4 people gone and out before the end.
Mhm.
One
Damn.
person was too weak to start the chainsaw.
Oh my god.
Second person quit. Third person quit due to health reasons. Fourth person broke a chainsaw and then started using a regular weapon.
Oh, how did they break it?
They ripped out the string. Also, all
pulled it
3 of
that
our
hard?
chainsaws. So fun fact, I'll go into this more later. But on the Halloween night, or no, not Halloween night, Halloween Eve, the 30th. 3 people's chainsaws, including mine. So 3 out of the 4 working chainsaws broke.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that was fun. We were able to get replacements for Halloween night, but like that was dog shit. So anyway, that's how the beginning parts happen. So that's how most of not September. What's before September? August. That's how most of August went. August was all that shit. That was done. September. September starts. We only work Thursdays, or we only work Friday and Saturday from 6 p.m. to 1 in the morning. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So here's where things get fun. Let's start with screaming statistics. I'm gonna do my scare
Screaming
statistics, and then I'm gonna go
statistics?
into things bit by bit. So throughout the entire 2 months that I did this, which was 2 days every week in September, and then
Mhm.
4 days every week in October, and 6 days in the last week of October. Out of everyone who was there, I'd say about 30% of them gave any sort of reaction to me while I'm scaring. So I'm just giving you this baseline so that when I talk about things, you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense. I get that. And the fact that it's these are broad terms and whatnot. So about 30% maybe flinched. 10% though. This is the 10% I'm going to be talking about for the rest of this time. 10% would scream. 10% would jump in the air, and 10% would run. These are the people that are truly the most scared, and they're truly the people I enjoyed the most. So let's start in the beginning with my very first night. My very first night on the job. Would you like to know what happens halfway through the night?
Yes, I would love to know.
My chainsaw broke.
How bad are these fucking chainsaws, bro?
These chainsaws are like 20 years old. It's fine. They're like
Oh my
old dog
god.
shit. They use the same ones every year. But my chainsaw broke the first night halfway through. So since I didn't have a working chainsaw, but I was still a chainsaw guy, I still carried it around. I would just run up to people and go ring ding 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 ding, ring ding 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 ding. And I would
No
just
shot,
scream
exactly that
yeah,
way.
I would just do that and scream exactly like that. And the thing is, nobody knew the chainsaw was broken until I did that. So I would just corner people. So I worked in a tunnel, right?
Oh
So
no.
day 1, we had done practice runs and whatever, and we were like, all right, find where you like to stand and where you like to scare. So I had this area, and then the guy came over one day and he's like, we have nobody at the end of the tunnel. Go to the end of the tunnel. And I was like, all right, fine. So I'm at the very
It's like,
entrance.
you have been summoned to this part of the area. Go.
Right. So I'm on one
You're a
end, and then an old man named Rick.
Mm-hmm. What about Rick?
The tunnel is only maybe 10 foot wide,
Mhm.
and I'm 4 foot wide if I stand flat. So
Mhm.
I would stand directly in the center of the thing, and I would stare at somebody so that they're forced to pass me.
Yeah.
And when I had the chainsaw broken, nobody knew it until I would run at them and say ring ding ding. So some people would be scared and stay like 10 feet back and just stare at me and try and like think of how to get
Maneuver
around me.
around you.
And right, exactly. And then I would wait until they got within like 3 or 4 feet, and I would rush forward and go ring ding 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 ding. And sometimes they would laugh and they would realize what happened. But sometimes, like I
They
think
would just
3 or 4
run back.
times, they would fucking book it like I just shot their friend. They were fucking terrifying. They ran. I had people falling. It was great. I think my favorite thing is when I scare people and they run into another group of people like fucking bowling. It's fantastic.
Oh my
When that
god!
happened,
You basically made human bowling balls.
exactly. It was fantastic. So here's the thing. Here's a. I'm gonna go into the statistics a little more. So like I said, I'm talking specifically about the 10% that got really scared. 90% of that 10%, so 9 out of every 100 people, are
Mhm.
women that got scared. 100% of 90% of the chunk of 10% is women, easily scared,
Yeah, of course.
and then the 10% was men. For women, it goes 60% of the scares are black women. Because holy shit, elderly
fucking
black
knew it.
women, all of them,
Dude,
are
they're
so
always
easy.
scared.
Every
Dude,
single old black woman.
they're the ones that like you. They see out of the house. Fuck that shit. I don't want to go inside. You crazy?
Yeah,
You white
but I
people
have them go like,
crazy.
"Oh lordy," and like have them like scrunch up into the
Yeah,
wall and like clutch their
that's
necklaces
basically
and
it.
shit. It's so
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
funny. It's like a cartoon
Yeah.
effect. But black women get the most scared, and also out of all the men, black men get the most scared, which always really confused me. But black dudes always got jumpy, like super jumpy.
Oh yeah, that's normal. Yeah, no, you're not
It
wrong.
was really fun though. It was really interesting because you would see like this group of dudes and like they'd be like wearing wife beaters and shit, and they had like the do rags and shit. And I'm like, oh, cool, cool, cool. Look at them go. And I would run up at them, and they would jump in the fucking air and go like they just saw like a mouse or some shit.
Yeah, for the scary
It's
ghost,
so
bro.
funny. It's
Yeah.
so funny. It's so good. I love that. So, there's one race that was immune, like straight up completely 100% immune to scares.
Hmm.
What do you think it is? Who do you think it is?
Asian.
It, wow, you are 100% correct.
Dude,
That
I
didn't
just
take
guessed
any deliberation.
that too. I fucking
Didn't take
guessed
any
that too. I was like,
deliberation.
Asian.
You were
Asian.
ready. Yeah. Asian men and women alike, they don't give a
They don't.
shit. Every time they just go, haha, this is fun, and they would smile at me. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're like 4 foot tall. I
They've
tower
seen,
you. Be at least a
they worked
little
in the
worried.
sweatshop for too long. They've been desensitized. They see scary shit all
They
the time.
made the fucking mask I'm wearing.
Yeah, they watched their buddy get chemical
Oh.
burns from fucking putting the mask together.
Oh, that reminds me, by the way. Would you like to know what my costume was? I'll
What was your
post an
costume?
idea in photo ideas real quick. I
An idea.
only got a mask and a black shirt. I had to bring my overalls from home to be used because they didn't own any. They were. I love Busch Gardens, but goddamn, are they cheap?
Yeah, that is a fucking
Yeah.
cheapo move.
Really, it's crazy shit. So anyway, I'll find the picture later. It's fine. Future me knows where it is. Yeah, it was so fucked up. Anyway, what was I just talking about? Which one? Oh, my costume.
The Asian.
Right. So
Oh,
I
the
was wearing a
costume. Yeah.
burlap sack that was shaped into like a little goblin head, and that shit
Mhm.
was so hot. Do you know how fucking hot it got in that goddamn mask?
Oh, dude, I could imagine you burning the fuck up.
It was awful. So just imagine that throughout all this. Anyway, so there's this thing. You start noticing patterns. I couldn't wear glasses while wearing the mask because it got too foggy.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really see anyone. I could see silhouettes, right? I saw general shapes of people. But I could see their body language. And so that's how I scared people. I didn't scare based off of demographics. I scared based off of body language. And then I would
Yeah.
catalog such results. But But if you see 3 or more women locking arms, that's what I call a safety chain, which is what women like to do when they're afraid for strength in numbers, is they interlock their arms together. The thing about a safety chain is that if you can find which one of them is the weakest link and you charge at them with the chainsaw, the entire chain breaks. As soon as you scare one of them, they all scatter. And it feels like finding like a video game boss weak spot, you know? You scare one person and then 5 of them fucking run away like cockroaches. It's incredible. Are you there? You still eating or
Yeah,
talking to your girlfriend?
no. No, I'm not talking to my girlfriend at the moment. No, I'm
I'm
listening.
watching
No,
you,
this is
boy.
funny as shit. No, it was
So,
funny
all right.
because
So here's my demographics again. By the way, I'm gonna go back to my little 10% pie chart. And
It's like,
out of the 10% that was going on, uh, you know what was a strangely large demographic of women?
basic white bitches or Latinas.
Well, obviously, no, obviously those things. But I meant like women in hijabs. Like
What?
hijabs? Yeah, like a strange, like more than enough that it's noticeable pattern, right?
Mhm.
Like if there was just like 1 or 2, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I haven't seen somebody with a hijab running around.
Yeah.
But like a large number, like a good solid couple of percentage of women
No,
were women in hijabs.
I had when I worked at Sourcey Tree, a woman who was like full Muslim, um come into the shop one day. And the thing is it was only me and Tristan in the beginning opening. And so in the Muslim faith, you're not allowed to touch another man. That's considered wholehearted. You just cheated, kind of deal. And like
Right.
I'm supposed to hand this lady her items, and she had no like sons with her, nothing.
Should have poked her
So
in the
I
finger.
had to place I had to place them on the front of my on the front counter each time she asked for something. And I couldn't like and um it was even like she's
If I
like
were you,
asked
I
for
would have just
napkins.
shaken her hand. You should have shook her hand. Like, oh, it's nice to see
That's-
you. How are you doing today? You just shake her hand.
Yeah, make her married to me then.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you do it. Anyway, that's great. So, back to my demographic chart. Because I don't know. Because fuck it. I don't know. I spent way too much time thinking about this. Um, lesbian couples. I just want to say this right now. If you see a lesbian couple, one of them will 100% of the time sell out the other one.
Oh my god.
Like they will
That's just like the
100% grab the person and throw them towards me every
that
time.
reminds me of the abuse statistic that lesbians reciprocate domestic violence to each other.
They are. They fucking are, man. I would straight up see them like grip the other one's arm and sling them towards me and then run.
That's wrong.
And it would just be like, man, what a fucking loving relationship. Anyway,
Honestly, if you
another.
broke character for that and I was your boss, I wouldn't be like. You should have really just like broke character and be like, "That's a shitty partner," just
What a
and then just
shitty,
walk
yeah, what
away.
a shitty part. I break character. I didn't break character. I would yell them. I would yell at them in character. So I like to stay silent for the most part. I let the chainsaw do the working because I like to do a what I call where is it? There, dog growl technique.
Hmm.
It's the dog growl technique where I basically lightly tap on the gas so it kind of goes and it gets more loud, you know. But I do it proximity based, so it's just and it gets louder as they get closer, and it really makes people uncomfortable. But then I like to go and then like go loud, quiet, so it sounds like a dog bark. It scares the shit
Yeah.
out of people. A fantastic, fantastic thing. So, there's this thing that they have at Busch Gardens, and I want to talk about it because I fucking hate it. It is called. I'm gonna put a picture of it in photo ideas. But it is called a Nobu necklace. It is a Nobu necklace. and it is a little shitty purple spider that people wear around their necks. And if they're wearing the spider, I'm not allowed to scare them. I paid like $20 to $30 to buy this shitty little purple fucking spider. And I'm just not allowed to scare
Made me
them.
buy her the fucking cat. The cat that was available
Yeah,
last
they
year.
had that. That was the one from last year.
Yeah,
Yep.
my little sister made me
Yep.
buy one for her. And I was like, fuck
You're-
you.
I hate your sister, and so does everyone who works there.
No.
Because
My baby sister.
you know how annoying
Like she's
it
like
is? Oh, okay.
11.
Never mind. I thought
She
you meant
was
your
not.
bigger one.
She was
All right,
brand
that's
new. No,
fine.
not Mila. No.
Even still, we hate you because you like to. People with Nobu necklaces like to fucking hide in groups of people, and I can't
Yeah.
scare any of them because they're there. And so you would have like 8 people huddled behind this one little fucking bitch with a new Boo necklace. I got so annoyed with it that like sometime in September, I just started shaking my head at people who was wearing them. And if it was an adult, I would just say you should be ashamed of yourself. Be disappointed. I would start
No.
insulting them because I was so sick of their bullshit. I'm like, you're a 40-year-old woman. What the fuck are you doing with a Nobu necklace? You pussy.
Like you understand if it's like a 10-year-old, but not like
Right. If it's like a little kid, I would wave at them. I would wave at little kids. But if it was anything like above a teenager, anything above like 14, go fuck yourself.
No, yeah, no.
You fuck yourself.
My little sister, she wouldn't hide in the group. She mainly hid behind me. She hid behind me,
Yeah.
even though she had it on.
That's another thing. Some of them like to hide behind people and then get mad when you scare them. It's like, I can't see the necklace. And yet they get mad because they're like, well, then show me the necklace. I hate you. I hate the necklace, and I'm glad I scared you. But if you can't bitch about it because it's your fault. And I hate those people so fucking much. Speaking of things that I hate,
No,
I hate motherfuckers who don't turn off their.
Oh,
Continue.
Sorry.
No,
No, my little sister would hold it like a lantern leading the way for her, and not for me.
Nice.
And I was like, I don't care.
Nice.
No,
Yeah, at least that works.
the one thing that did get me. Do you know the witches place that they had last year? At least.
Yeah.
There was a woman there that activated my fight or flight, and it activated my fight response. I was ready to swing on her. She was like, "Don't leave me here," and she reached out for me, and I was about to fucking slam her back into the fucking wall. I was gonna get, dude. I was about to get. I was literally about to get a charge for assault by accidentally throwing hand. Like I restrained myself. It was like a split-second decision. Like this isn't real. This isn't real. She's not gonna hurt you.
You know, I was gonna
But,
talk
like,
about
I
that
was-
later. Do you know how much you get assaulted way more than you would think?
Yeah, I know you would because
Like people will like straight up try to beat the shit out of you. And no joke, I got like challenged to fights multiple times. I had people who like punched me and shit and would slap me. And like there's nothing you can do
Really?
about it when it happens. It shit sucks, yeah. It happens constantly. People grab your tits.
What was
things
the
like that.
worst one?
Happens to everyone. The
What was the worst
one?
Yeah.
Of straight up assault or sexual?
Yeah. Did someone sexual assault you? What the fuck?
Yeah, multiple people. Oh, loads.
I want to hear
Loads of
both.
people.
Both of them. Let's hear both.
Regular assault?
Mm-hmm.
I was scaring somebody in a corner. So I was in the left side of the tunnel, and I was scaring a group of kids. This fucking bald guy, like I was standing still, so he chose to walk in between us. Like there was plenty of room behind us. He chose to walk in between us, and then he shoved me away, and he said, "Out of the fucking way." I was
That's a dick
so
move.
pissed
I
off.
would have swung. I would have swung, honestly.
We're not
That would've
allowed
been
to.
the
We'd
time.
get fired if we tried. But I was so fucking pissed. Because I was like, not only is there room behind me to pass, not only was there room to pass me in front, but you didn't need to go that way, and you didn't need to think about I'm still kind of pissy about it. Fucking hated that guy. So pissed off. Anyway, another thing that I hate. Great segue.
Mhm.
Let's stop talking about this thing that was annoying me to start talking about this other thing that annoys me. People who have their fucking lights on, like their fucking camera lights on. Fuck
No
you.
shot.
Imagine if somebody
How do
shined
you?
a flashlight in your eyes in the middle of the night. How would you feel?
That's really. They really pulled out the fucking What game is it that you flashlights at a monster to stop it from chasing you?
That
Uh,
one chain shot mini game from Mario Party.
yeah.
There you go. That's
On.
my analogy.
That's
But I mean,
basically it.
basically, not only is it incredibly unsafe because I can't see anything, not only does it
Yeah.
fucking hurt my eyes, not only is it incredibly rude, not only are there already lights so you can get the camera photo, there's just no reason to fucking do it. It's just a dick move through and through. So I started in the middle of October. I started screaming at people who had their fucking lights on. I would literally yell at them to turn off their fucking lights, and people would ignore me. They would shine the lights in my face as I'm screaming at them at the top of my lungs to turn off their goddamn cameras. And they'll just stand there like fucking retards with their phone in your face. And I'm like, I want to beat the shit out of these people. Sometimes they'll turn it off. Occasionally, towards the end, I got more people to start turning it off. But then I also started getting people who would turn on their lights as I yelled at a different person. So if I
Dog.
yelled at somebody and they were in a group, sometimes their friends
Someone
would
else.
turn on their fucking lights. And I'd like to mention, it's not even me just being an old man and complaining. They're not even allowed to do it. It's against the rules. Any piece of
Back
management
when
will also tell them to stop. They're just dicks. Horrible, horrible dicks. And it's so bright and I hate it. I hate it. So I also started turning around at some point. I started
Oh,
screaming at
you
them.
just started
They
turning
didn't
around on
care.
them.
So I started completely turning my back to them. So maybe they'd take the hint. I would still yell, turn it off, and then turn my back. Maybe they'd take the hint and realize that I turn it off means turn off the fucking light, and the fact that I'm giving them no content is a good thing. I stopped doing that, however, because people started fucking punching me in the back and then running away.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Yo, that is.
So while my back was turned, people would like poke me in the side, and people would like hit me in the back and like slap me in the back of the head, and then fucking run or scream in my ear, all the shit, and then they would run. I can't do shit about it. Awful. Fucking hated it. So I went back to yelling at them. It's still less luck, but sometimes it would work, and I guess that was nice. But I fucking hate people who have their goddamn lights on the whole time. Anyway, now into what else do I have? Oh, squash and stretch technique. So, one of my
Wait, you didn't
techniques was
talk
the
about your
squash and
sexual
stretch.
assault one though.
Oh, the best sexual. I mean, I have people grab my ass, dick, and tits.
There's
So
no
any one
fucking
of those
way.
is the same.
Yo, what? They
Any one of
really
those is
went
the same.
whole hog. They
I
really
had a,
went
I
for
had
the
a,
whole hog.
but I think I don't want to say my favorite sexual assault because that's a weird way to say that. But I think the most categories passed during it was this old woman, maybe 58 to 60, with like slightly graying hair, a little bit of wrinkles, but like old tanned lady who's lived in Florida for most of her life kind of look, like Hispanic, right? She had both of her tits wrapped around my arm. So she was like hugging my arm so that each tit was around my arm. And then she was rubbing
Bro,
my
you
like
were
front
about to.
thigh leg with her arm.
What the
And the worst
fuck?
part of this whole
This woman
scenario,
was about
the
to
worst part of the
master,
whole
like, just.
scenario, the worst part of the scenario is the fact that her husband was taking the photo.
Oh,
So do with that what you will.
oh my god. Dude, that feels like when like a woman one time was like, while I was working, I'd love to take you home for the night and experience you. And her husband's like standing
Oh,
right
damn,
next to her ordering. And it's like,
poor guy.
bro, your husband's dude's a fucking cuck. Like,
He
dude,
was a
say
cuck, yeah.
something to me. Call me the N-word. Like, do
I was like, what
something.
the fuck is happening? I was super like she was like scratching into my fucking leg with her red nails. She had like a fake acrylic plastic whatever fucking long nails and she was like digging them into my leg. I was like, holy shit. I'm gonna be fucking ravaged on this this goddamn bridge.
Dude,
Anyway,
she was literally about to just like reach into your pants and start stroking you off. That's basically what it was
yeah,
at the point of.
Kata. I wish. Anyway,
Dude, that's crazy.
that shit was crazy. So I also had a bunch of kids try to fight me, shit like that. That was normal.
No fucking
But
way.
a weird thing.
What
Oh
the
no, that's completely normal. Like those little shitty, retarded 12-year-olds who think they're a rapper, and they would be like, "What's good? What's good?" And they'd like try to like fucking
Dude,
ring around
like
you and
just
shit,
knock
and I
them in
would
the
just
head.
stand there. No, they're really easy to deal with. You just start walking towards them. Because they're
Yeah,
like, oh,
I would
I'm just
imagine.
joking.
Yeah,
And then you just
yeah,
slowly start walking at them, and they freak the fuck out. It's great.
yeah, they start bugging
But
because
then
they're like, "Oh
also,
god, this guy's gonna murder me."
I don't know if do you know anything about this? Why motherfuckers were barking at me? I don't know if this is like
I
a
heard.
weird
No,
TikTok
because
trend or
I
some
remember
shit.
someone doing that.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a weird TikTok trend or some shit, but they would like walk up to you and bark in your face. And I was like,
No,
what the
yeah, I
fuck? So
remember
anyway,
somebody
one
doing
of
that
the
one time
yeah.
in
So
one of the
one
haunted
of the
houses I went to. They
chainsaws
just
told me
started barking.
oh,
Go ahead. Sorry,
no,
I keep
continue.
on.
Wait, was it one of the people or one of the scares?
One of the people, like they ran up to the scare and just started barking in their face, and I was like, "What the fuck are they doing?" And like
Yeah,
the
that's just
scarer just like looked
wild.
dumbfounded, like he was just
I
caught off guard, and I'm like, "Bro, this poor man," and I was like, "You doing good
yeah.
there, bud?" And he shrugged his shoulders at me, and I was like, "Oh fuck,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
dude,
I feel that.
I felt so bad."
Yeah.
Because I was like, "Dog, that's not okay."
So I learned a thing I could do from one of the other chainsaws, which is he just started screaming down, 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 like down boy, down, get down. And shit like that.
No
But I
shit.
took it a step further. I took it a step further and I started screaming, shut up or I'm gonna euthanize you, or don't make me take you back to the pound. That was always so
Oh,
funny.
shit.
Cause then they would start fucking whimpering, and it was super weird.
What? They
Yeah.
switched to
So
whimpering?
once I started yelling at them that I was gonna like euthanize them and put them back in the pound, they would go, and then they like walk
Dog,
away. And I'm like,
that's
what the fuck?
crazy.
It's some wild shit, man. All right. What's another? I'm gonna just start going back through all my other. Okay, so unfunny jokes. Anytime there's always like one of three jokes people would tell me, which was like, "Oh, I have hedges out front of my house. Would you mind come cutting them down?" And then, "Oh, he don't even have a chain on it. Look at this nerd. Don't got no chain on his fucking." I hate the people who like just discovered that there's no chains on a fucking chainsaw at a theme park. Believe it or not,
Yeah, so they don't
and they always
fucking
like
butcher you
they act like
alive.
right. Yeah, it was like, wow, who could have guessed going to a place to see actors scare you has actors scaring you and not real life murderers. But they act like so morally superior about it too. They're like, he doesn't even have a chain on. He can't do nothing. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you here for? What do you plan on getting out of this? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking get it. And then there was also the people who would like stick out an arm or a leg and be like, chop it off right here. And I'm like, you're also incredibly unfunny and unoriginal. And I hope you deserve to know that. And if you do that, you're unfunny
No, you know
and
what would have
unoriginal.
been funny if someone actually said
Huh.
like if like an amputee actually like pulled off the leg or
That did
something. It was like
happen.
I already
That did
lost
happen.
it.
That did happen.
Like, just I already lost
That
it. You
that did
can't take it,
happen.
buddy.
It was
That
a
has to
lady.
be.
It
That
was a
has to be
lady
funny.
with
That one has to be.
it was a lady with no leg. She had a prosthetic leg. And she laid
Uh,
on the floor and took off her prosthetic leg. Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. Let's see. Oh, my sassy villain arc.
usually. Okay, Sean.
So like halfway. No, continue. If you have a question, cut me off. Go right ahead.
No, it wasn't a question. I was like, you should have included it in your act. I fought them with their prosthetic. They thought they could like about how the
Yeah,
time
I
you
get
fought
you.
someone with the actual prosthetic.
Oh
Like
yeah, I
just
guess I don't know. I don't really tell a lot of stories. I think you think I have more time to talk to them than I do. I have maybe four or
yeah,
five
no,
seconds to
you have
actually
four or
talk to
five
a
seconds. I
person
know.
before they walk. Yeah. So I had to really make more quips than anything. So I had this.
Yeah.
This was my sassy villain arc. So for one of the days, I felt really shitty, and I had like a headache, and so I was just really annoyed of everyone. So I just started insulting people, like who were pissing me off. Originally, it was like people who had their flashlight on and people like that. I would just start insulting them directly. Like if you had your light on, I'd be like, "This is why your dad doesn't love you," and like, "Oh, you're so ugly," and like just generalistic remarks. But then it just started becoming anyone that I could feel like I could insult. Like even people
Damn.
who didn't deserve it. Like there was just a dude walking by with a beanie on his head that had like hearts on it. I was like, "Ah, nice Powerpuff beanie, nerd." And I was like, I don't know
No,
why I'm doing this. I
no,
feel bad. Yeah, I was
dude.
just like randomly insulting people by the end of the
Really,
night.
really, like that one took you out. That was the one that took you out of like your sassy villain arc. Was like made you
Yeah.
question what you do. I love
But
how that
I
one.
also did another thing, which I still did. I did this for the whole time. But anytime somebody would square up with me and like stare me down for like a sign of intimidation, I would square up with them, and if they stayed there for longer than 3 seconds, I would just go, "Bitch, you ugly," and then turn around and walk away.
No, were
It
you
was
allowed to
so.
curse?
No, I didn't say. Well, all right, fine. Thank you for calling attention to it, but I was speaking in hyperbole. No, I didn't say bitch, but I did
Okay,
just say you
sorry.
ugly. Can't I speak in hyperboles in peace?
I'm
God damn
sorry.
it,
I didn't
no.
realize. No, I just never knew if you guys were allowed to curse or not because I've been cursed at those places too.
We're not allowed to. To answer your question,
Okay,
we're not
so
allowed to.
okay,
But no, I wouldn't. I would.
so I just got cursed out for no reason. You cut
Hold
out.
on.
Are you okay?
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I did say get you're ugly, but I didn't say the bitch part. I just said that in the
Okay.
retelling of.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Um. So our scare zone was next to the exit or the entrance. So people would have
Yeah.
to come past us originally, and then they would have to go back past us when they went back to their
To
car.
leave. Yeah.
Right. So I would have several people who were like, "I remember you," and they'd be like, "I remember you from when we came in and stuff like that." But I remember this one little fucking kid who was like maybe 15, 16. He's like, "I
Mhm.
remember you. I'm not scared of you anymore. You're a nerd." And so I ran at him full speed while revving the chainsaw. And
Oh shit.
he screeched at the top of his lung, turned around, tripped, fell face first onto the ground, launched his shoes. Okay, so I know how I was just talking about hyperbole. This is 100% genuinely what happened. His
It was
shoe,
the
not both of them, just one of his shoe. His shoe flung straight up in the air and fell on the ground, and he ran away without his shoe.
Oh my god.
And then one of his buddies grabbed his shoe and followed after him. But he just ran away. It was so good. So there was this guy. So this was this black guy, right? He was wearing a red hoodie. If you look into my list of shit, it's the I can't crease my J's, man. So
Oh no,
there
my
was this dude in a black dude in a gray hoodie wearing J's, and he was terrified of me. He would not come within 20 feet of me. And so I broke character to talk to him to like calm him down and shit. But I would still talk in character voice. So even if I broke character, I wouldn't break the voice. Just so that I could
Mhm.
argue that I never broke character. So I was talking to the dude and I was like, "Are you alright, buddy? You can come past if you need." And he's like, no, I got this. I can't crease my J's, man. I don't want to run around crease nothing. I'm like, I get you. I get you. You're fine. We're cool. It's all right. And be like, all right. No, he's like, all right, I get this. It's like, I could let you by, but if you can't get past me, there's no way you're getting past the other chainsaws. He's like, no, I know that. I got that. I know it's just a mental game. And he's like sitting there talking with his friends, and he would like took his shoes off, and he went to
Oh
walk
my
past
god.
me, and I scared the shit out of him, and he booked it away. And he's like, as he's running away, he's like, "Thanks for your help." As he's running away, terrified. So he comes back, like, I want to say 2 hours later, 3 hours later, and he's like, "Hey man, I just wanted to let you know, I feel much better about everything now. So thanks." And then he just left, and he left with all of his friends. But I was just so happy. He was no longer scared, and I wanted to test him too. So I rushed at him again with the chainsaw, and he just stood there. He flinched, but he stood there. And I was like, good. And he left, and I was very happy about that. What's another one? I got called a gorilla by a small black child, and it took everything in my body not to say something racist.
Oh no, because I know you. Yeah, like, and you're a monkey.
No, this little fucking black kid who was like maybe 7, little fucking skinny black kid pointed at me. He's like, look at this gorilla. He didn't say fucking before you ask. No, he didn't say
Yeah, I'm not,
fucking. He
I'm not-
said, just look at
I mean,
this. He just said, look at
uh,
this gorilla.
I didn't.
I hate to
I
ruin
mean, the people are
the
allowed to say
illusion.
whatever.
No, I know. But no, he just said, look at this gorilla. I'm like, he took so much restraint not to just say, look who's talking, because his parents were there, and it would have been a whole thing. But God damn it, did I want to? Just really, really wanted to. All right, we got 10 minutes left before we gotta end this. Any other specific things I want to pull up? Oh, happy birthday, kid. So, people weirdly are fucking rude to their kids. Like, some parents are really, really shitty and would, like, grab their kids and throw them at me to, like, scare them. And I would
No,
always feel
Scott.
really bad for the
That's
kid.
fucked
I
up,
always felt really bad for the
dog.
kid. They were always like cunts. I felt bad. But one day, the parents were like, "It's his birthday," and threw a kid at me. And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's his birthday wish to get scared by a chainsaw or some shit. I don't know.
No.
Whatever." Apparently. And so I ran at I didn't they kept throwing at me. So I just kind of like leaned forward and did the chainsaw rev. And he started screeching and like crying.
Oh my
And then he started
god, dude.
walking away. And I screamed, "Happy birthday, kid." Because I was like, I don't know what the fuck else I'm going to say at this point. This kid's crying. He's sobbing now. This little fucking, like,
Oh my
5-year-old
god.
boy is sobbing because his parents are cunts and because I wasn't paying attention. And so he's crying. He starts walking away sadly. He didn't, like, run or anything, but he just started slowly walking away. And I just screamed, "Happy birthday, kid." And he turns around, snot dribbling down his face, and he just gives me a thumbs up and then continues walking away.
Oh my god, that's
I
horrible.
felt
Also,
so bad. Yeah.
let me ask this question. Have you like this is unrelated to the hollow scream kind of thing, but
Okay.
so have you heard of like the homeless man?
Oh, the homeless man.
Like the homeless man like throwing a 10-minute microwave honey bun?
Oh, yeah. From what I've heard, it basically is like napalm.
Yeah, because the sugar's a heat conductor, so it retains the heat no matter like how long you try to let it cool for, unless like you're blowing it
Right.
actively, like having an open air source on it.
Right.
And so you know how there's Snapchat stories for colleges?
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Uh-huh.
a one of my classmates posted, "Whoever threw a honey bun at me, fuck you, I'll sue you." Someone actually
Lamau.
threw a honey bun at him, a
That's really
microwave honey
funny.
bun. And
That's
like now
funny as shit.
everybody's like questioning, is he okay? And like, did this actually happen? Like I'll
That's
send the
so
because
funny.
I couldn't believe this was real, so I like took pictures of it. Let me put it in photo
Okay,
ID.
I'm listening.
I took pictures of
All
the
right.
Snapchat story.
All
These
right.
pictures,
All right.
and
All
he's
right.
actually in the hospital. This isn't like fake things. He had to blur out his ID and everything.
Oh
But
shit. Okay.
like, I think he was
I'm
making a
looking.
meme
I'm
out of it.
looking. I'm going to sue.
And then pray for me, y'all. Pero honey buns.
Yo, ban semi-automatic honey buns.
Ban honey buns with a
Ban
switch on them.
ban fully automatic honey buns.
Dude.
Ban fully semi-automatic. Anyway, man, fuck that. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe that's what I'll do when I see you Friday. because I'm coming down tomorrow to go bowling with my
You
mom.
with the homeless people.
I'm gonna throw a fucking honey
Tell
bun at you. Yeah.
Do not do that to me. I will shoot you. I am gonna be carrying a
Yeah.
gun. I will shoot you.
Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't even worry about. So back to more shenanigan bullshit. So at some point in September, I saw a group of dudes walking around with a phone in front of them. There was like 5 or 6 of them, and they were all watching
Yeah.
a fucking 49ers game.
No shot.
They were watching a football 49ers game. And then I tried to scare them, and they just like started showing me the game. And they were like, "Who do you root for?" And it was the 49ers and some other team that I don't know. And so since the 49ers were the only ones I knew by name, I just went, "The 49ers." And they just went, "No! Fucking no!" It was very funny. They were very upset that I was a 49ers fan. But I'm not. I have no idea about any kind of sports. I only knew their name. I thought that was quite humorous. I also saw a blind lady. I saw a lady with a blind stick.
With a walking stick?
Yeah, and she was alone. There was like nobody with her. She just had a blind stick.
Well, most blind people are not truly blind. They have limited vision. That's basically what it is.
Well, she had the
Like, the
black
only-
glasses and the walking cane, so
Yeah, the black glasses are meant to help with the eyesight because black shades do actually help with eyesight retention in people with those conditions. But it's just
okay. Well, then I guess that
it's
makes
basically
it slightly better.
inevitable.
But I was just imagining her not being able to see shit and like stumbling her way here. She's like, the Lumberjack Society. Maybe I can find help here. I'm lost in the woods, apparently. It's like, wow, there's so many chainsaws next to me. Like, I want to know what was going through her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
also
would
had a
think she
lady
knows
throw
where
a
she's at.
Oh, did I send you a picture of my son yet?
No.
Okay, hold on. Carnival. So on the wait, hold on. Okay. So on the last day, so Halloween, I was working and I was like, I want to win. So you know those little games that they have where they
Mhm.
have like the water that shoots into the little target and the thing moves. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay.
Like they have it at like
Right.
every carnival. I know what you mean.
Right. So they had one of those. And I was like, I haven't been able to do shit, right? Like I haven't been able to do that the whole time I'm here, and I really want it. So
Mhm.
I was like, it's $15 at the best of times. So one of the guys was like, I want to do this to get a Squirtle, and I was like, I want to do it to get a Snorlax, so I'm going to do it to challenge you out of spite. So we all go, me, him, and then who was the other person? Rick, the guy from the other end of the tunnel, the old guy.
Mhm.
We all did it. I won the first round. And so you win
Yeah.
a small prize, which is a Pokeball, a medium prize, which is either a Pikachu, or a Snorlax of a small variety, or a Jumbo, which is a Squirtle, Pikachu, and a giant Snorlax. Well, I won the
Mhm.
first round and got the Pokeball. Second round, Rick wins. So Rick wins the second one, and Rick doesn't want the Pokeball, and so he was nice, and he gave it to me, and which allowed me to upgrade to the small Snorlax. But
Mhm.
at that point, I already had the small Snorlax, so I wanted the big Snorlax, since it was only $5 more. So I said, fuck
Yeah.
it, I'm doing it again. And then our manager, great guy, by the way, I have him on Snapchat now, his name's Oliver. Apparently, he's a professional Dead by Daylight streamer. Like, professionally
way,
sponsored
really?
by Discord. Yes. Professional
Dude, I love Dead by
sponsored by
Daylight.
Discord. Great guy, loved him. But I found that out last night, and it was fucking insane. But I have him on Discord, or I have him on
That's
Snapchat now. He's a
fucking
great guy.
funny as fuck.
Yeah,
We
super.
Get him to play
super weird.
4v with us.
If you had it,
Uh,
ask him if he'll like join us on a Phasmophobia stream. Just like, yo, you wanna?
I'll ask him if he wants to join us for a stream someday. 'Cause that's because
Yeah.
yes, I'm definitely the kind of person he wants to stream with. No, but great guy. I loved him. But him, me, and then a guy who I found out on the same day was on America's Funniest Home Videos.
No shit. What the fuck? You surrounded by
Yeah,
famous
I was like,
people?
what the fuck are these people I'm with? So anyway, I paid for his ticket, the American's Funniest Home Guys video. And if you're wondering what his video was, it was of him hitting his car with his mother's car and
Oh
then running.
shit.
It was yeah, so that was interesting. But yeah, apparently he was on the new version from like I think he said it was a 3-year-old episode. Crazy shit. So anyway, I
Mhm.
paid for his, and I told him to like dick around at it first, because I just you need 3 people to start the event, right? So I paid for
Mhm.
him to basically just be another warm body, and I said fuck around for a bit, and then you can do whatever you want. And then Oliver sat down, and while we were starting, me and Oliver were neck and neck. But I looked over and then kind of moved my arm when I looked, so I stopped spraying directly in the hole and started losing. So I panicked and started shaking all of. I'd like to mention, by the way, we were told explicitly that cheating and shaking your opponent was allowed. So I
Oh
saw
wow. So it
Oliver
was a lot.
started to win. Right. So I saw Oliver started to win, and I panicked and I started shaking him. And because I started shaking him, Rick just started to shake me. So we're both not hitting anything. And the guy that I paid won. So he wins on somehow. We like it was a neck and neck between all 3 of us, and he barely won. And then he gave me
That's
the third one, and I
funny.
went all the way up to it. I went up to the giant version of Snorlax, which is very fun. I have that. I have that hanging up on my room now, and I love him. But
You
he's
have
like
it
he
hanging up.
weighs like half a pound, and he's made like with beanbag material, and I don't know. He doesn't feel good to hold, but he's cool. I like him. So yeah, I thought that was really neat. All right, any other specific things I want to bring up? Oh yeah, they served alcohol at the event, by the way, at Hall of Scream. They
Yeah, I
serve
know that.
alcohol.
They serve alcohol.
So
I know.
if you can imagine the kind of shenanigans that come from drunk people, you would be correct. That happens.
You fucking bitch! You try scaring me, man. I'm gonna kill you.
So I have one more thing I want to talk about, and then I think I'm done. Is so you know how there's a switch on the chainsaw to turn it on and off, right? Well, when I'm done scaring somebody, I turn around, walk away, and I turn off the chainsaw so that I'm not wasting gas, right? Well,
Hmm.
fucking retards would hear me walk away and turn off a chainsaw and then more gas because they would assume they for some fucking reason they would assume that my gas ran out on them and that like I can no longer scare them. So I would just turn around and then rev my chainsaw back up and chase them. And that was fun. And I'd like to mention when I say chase, I mean I take one step forward and then stop. I'd like to get that established. I take one step. Because believe it or not, if somebody starts running away from you, as long as they see you take one step and they don't hear anything else, they're gonna assume that you're still following them, and they'll just keep running.
Hmm.
So that's a fun little thing. So anyway, yeah, I think that's everything for me. Unless you had any questions or anything.
No, you fulfilled everything. Honestly, this is the best story time. On top of the Wanderer.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad. And who can forget my favorite episode, of course, the Pillow Crusades.
Yeah, and
Uh,
that is true.
yeah.
Dude, there's a lot of good
All right.
episodes. We have a lot of good gems.
Got some really good episodes.
Most
All
of
right,
your
everyone.
story
I think
time.
that's everything. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one and